2001. He's a Swedish Eritrean national. He was taken from his home in Eritrea in 2001. He has been imprisoned now for 18 years without any charge or trial. It begins as sleep ends, and there is just you, vessel of an unnameable instant. If you speak to the spirit worshippers, they will tell you that it is a space of magic, this moment place, a seesaw of forgetting and remembrance. They call it lucid, for it is here behind eyelids closed about to open that everything is its most luminous. Then there are the scientists. They have their own words for this twilight mystery. They call it hypnopompia. Mr. Henry Havelock Ellis, when he wasn't too busy attempting to reconcile his fascination with the art of procreation with his will to decide who was clever enough to live, would say, however, that it is nothing so special as to deserve its own turn. The vision is, he declares, the same whether sleep is passing on or falling away, and to state otherwise would be mere pedantry. That one may as well call it hypnagogia, the antechamber of sleep and the birthplace of dreams. But as with most things, Havelock is wrong. It doesn't happen now, for it is foolish to ignore the difference between a leading and ascending forth, a taking into the dream and a taking into the real. And this is not the invasion of Fabian into Oliver's book, reading Twilight by the window, or even Beethoven's second sleep return to a canon dream the day before in the carriage from Vienna. This is the threshold, borderland of false memories, space of no time of all time, from which waking feels not like the end to slumber, for one is already awake in one's mind. The mouse from your nightmare sits upon your blanket. Or if you are Mr. Ellis, you wake to find a supernatural being tearing the clothes from your prostrate bedbound form, a matter to be explained away by an unnaturally late dinner and the supposed discomfort of indigestion. A persistence of some dream is awaking. There is no pain within the threshold. This may explain why Frederick Myers defined hypnopompia in a work entitled Human Personality and Its Survival of Bodily Death. The swelling of a root canal is momentarily forgotten. The body riddled with chronic illness is ready for a morning run. This does not, one should add, make the threshold without risk. One should be mindful of synesthesia, something called the hypnic jerk, which sounds like a guy you once dated in high school and who bored you to sleep. The books warn of proprioceptive effects, which feel like floating or being out of body, of changes in body size and shape. But here is the strangeness, here the dream. For it seems that in fact you feel just like yourself, which is a feeling you have almost forgotten. You can, if you try, pour an entirety into the threshold. Feel it everything all at once emerging, the muscle memories, synaptic connections, and the Cartesian theatre of who you both are and were, accelerating into a black hole of life. So it is that today you are woken but not woken by the sun blazing through the window of a Gothenburg sky. You rise late to the new day with no rush to get on with life, no imperative for anything. You have no need to appreciate what you have, though you do, your body pleasantly silent and inconsequential. You go downstairs to the fridge and break a chunk from a block of cheese, feeling the cold on your fingers and on your tongue, the lingering memory in its saltiness of your parents' Italian deli, the names of colonial inheritance antipasti melting seamlessly as you skip from Eritrean Italian to your native Tigrinja, its Arabic Hebrew tonal soundtrack playing towards your ears. You pour yourself coffee from the pot, and it is hot and black and bitter. You feel the brush of your wife's hand against your arm, smell the sunlight of her, inhale the warm breath of your daughters and son, the walkers laughing through the drift of a lemon tree from your surrogate children, the many in the theatre group in Asmara, who have never seen YouTube or sent an email, but who have a bicycle to entertain you. While they work on their act, you sketch out the words for a poem underneath the bougainvillea. It is nice here, and you are certain you would like to stay. When you look around, you see that you are encircled by friends, many of whom are strangers. Unfamiliars who have campaigned for your release, who have become obsessed by the small details of your life, have stolen these delicacies from dubious online sources and written them into unnatural significance. called upon them as necessary humanization of text, and maybe even fed themselves from its bitter crumbs. It is hard still to believe in goodness. You cannot speak, but you want to try to tell them that words are not made to die for. The power of the word is that it is nothing you want to say. The fascists would have you believe otherwise, but they are wrong. The word is a sound on a breeze, and no one can remember what it is you said. It is then you begin the waking, the coming to. The window is far now beyond suggestion, neither in front of you nor behind, neither there for the pause nor the fast forward. You close your eyes and the dream dissipates. Interminable heaviness, exhaustion of your optimism, muscles that pulse so deep you cannot move, sunk into a mattress of wheat sacks. There is only the concrete shadow. Still, you are not inclined toward defeat. The disavowal of a word, the defiance of an utterance, a sound, in the ache of attention, in the echo of an injustice, in a gathering, in the plaintive call to a collective, in the rising persistence of discordant rhythms, Mr. Ellis reminds us that it is a highly possible, though improbable, event. And so in spite of everything, you find yourself, pleading silently, "Hurry up, please, there is still some time."